As on now, 544 places, 185 cities, 25 countries are sitting with us live. It's almost like all the seekers all over the world are settling down every day morning. And I am seeing the map in all continents except Iceland. Greenland, where there are no human beings. Everywhere. God. My blessings. Through this I am inaugurating the Malaysia Satsang Center. I'll be there, alive, and the Divine Presence will be there with you all. It will do good to all of you and to the whole Malaysia. My blessings. We'll start the Satsang. It is so funny to see. Aarti is done in one country and bell is rung in the other country. They forgot to ring the bell and he is ringing the bell here and chanting the mantra and Aarti is happening there. No, really there is no time and space for enlightened master. It's being literally proved. I don't know how many thousands of miles the difference. Master is sitting somewhere and the center is being inaugurated. Hundreds of people, more than 200 devotees are sitting. And one is doing Aarti in one place, the other one is doing the ringing the bell and chanting mantra in another one place. And both are being coordinated. I am seeing the Aarti being done and the ringing bell. I am hearing the sound and the mantra. And they are also seeing the Aarti being done and the mantra being chanted and the bell being rung. Naimisharanya with video conferencing. The modern day Naimisharanya. Modern day Naimisharanya with video conferencing. I assure the world, understand, with this modern day facilities, at least 10 lakh people, I'll make them enlightened. I'll make enlightened. Now I am confident, I can see very clearly how all over the world I can see the intensity with which we are spreading and the intensity with which this great science, the science of living, the science of being, the science of unclutching is spreading, and the enthusiasm, energy, wow. So this moment, 201 cities, 645 places, 23 countries. And this number is just increasing, increasing, increasing. Before entering into the subject, some questions. This is from Nitya Kripanidhi. For yogis who are currently doing 108 Surya Namaskars daily, is it okay to practice N Kriya immediately after doing the Surya Namaskar? Also on days that we don't have enough time to do both 108 Surya Namaskar and N Kriya, what are the pros and cons of doing 108 Surya Namaskars versus N Kriya? Kripanidhi, if you have time, do both 108 Surya Namaskar and N Kriya. If you don't have time, I'll prefer N Kriya, then 108 Surya Namaskar. N Kriya will do much more good than 108 Surya Namaskar. So go for N Kriya. So Dear Swamiji, this is question from Nitya Shantini, Seattle. Every day when I sit for meditation and your discourse, I feel the utmost bliss and peace. I'll feel this throughout the night and into my sleep. The next morning I have to go to school again, but I feel bored with it. First thing in the morning I have to sit for math class, and I can't help but be incredibly bored. What do I do? Yesterday you said that once one experiences Kundalini awakening, we should take at least 3 months off for it to settle. Do I do that with the school? Please help. Nitya Shantini, Seattle. Nitya Shantini, are you there? Can you raise your hand? Okay. I think she's not there. Okay, the father can go on. Charana, you can give my reply to her. Please go to the school properly. Taking 3 months off you can do during your vacation. Now do the school properly. Please Charana, please be seated and give this information to her. Tell her to do the school properly now, and later on she can take off. This is not the time for taking off. Please be seated. An Atlanta center is making a home temple, home Garbha Mandir, and they are building a temple. They want my blessings to all the Atlanta center. Soon it will become a Jakrat Devasthana, living temple. And new center opening in Malaysia today, the 3rd February 2011. The center is in north of Malaysia. Center is in Penang Island, in the heart of Georgetown. Will be a meditation yoga studio. Around 200 devotees are there, this inauguration. And my blessings, I already sent Paduka. And my blessings to all the devotees to make this center, for making this center as reality, who worked for this center. My blessings for Penang and Malaysia. The devotees who are opening the center today, my blessings to all of you. God. It's almost like first I have to finish this introduction and center inaugurations and temples and every day. Now let's enter into the Satsanga. Today, 110th Sutra, 3rd chapter, 4th verse. The subject is Samyama. Very powerful word. The word needs a clear definition. Samyama. Technology through which the extraordinary experiences and powers which are in your consciousness is expressed through your body and mind to the world is Samyama. Please understand. Your consciousness is all powerful, all knowing, all pervading. But preparing your body and mind to radiate and express some of those great experiences and expressions, some of those great all-pervading, all-knowing experiences and expressing those powers through your body and mind. That technology is what I call samyamaha. Samyama is the applied science of pure yoga science. See, in science there is two parts. One, pure science, like a theory of gravity, theory of relativity. All this is pure science. Applied science means using those laws, theories in practical life. So till now whatever you learned, dharana, dhyana, samadhi, all this is like a pure science. Samyama is applied science. Applied science brings value to pure science. Understand? Person who knows only pure science means the theories, who never learnt the applied science, will always be beggar in consciousness. If these powers are not supposed to be experienced or expressed, then Patanjali will not be talking about Samyama. Understand? Patanjali only says it is a hindrance for enlightenment, but after achieving it, those things when it playfully expresses through you to inspire the people to achieve enlightenment, it is a great technology. The great incarnations who landed in the planet Earth and expressing these powers so casually, like Puttaparthi Sai Baba, Kalki Bhagavan. Understand? I am standing by all of them. The great incarnations on the planet Earth who are expressing these great powers and this applied science and inspiring the world to practice and promote these pure teachings, the pure science. From the time immemorial, Krishna materialized all kinds of stones to all kinds of precious stones to a fruit seller. Just he accepted the puffed rice which Kuchela brought and gave him the boon, and the wealth was showering. Materializing, teleporting, healing and blessing is Hindu tradition, Vedic tradition. This is applied science. Levitation is the age-old Vedic tradition. This is applied science. Here I am very clearly standing by all the incarnations who are materializing, healing and teleporting and giving boons to devotees and disciples, using all the applied science to inspire people towards the pure science. Pure science can be kept alive only if the applied science is used in the world. Why will you bother to learn about the theory of gravity or theory of relativity if it is not going to be directly useful to your life? Come on. Why will you learn? So applied science is the direct utility of the pure science. See, even before I started materializing, teleporting, when people ask me my opinion about the gurus who teleport or materialize, I always tell, no, I don't have capacity, so I don't have a right to comment. Now that capacity or ability is expressing, even now, I am not proud about or egoistic about it. I am saying, please understand, even before I was expressing all these powers, take out my discourses and see 3 years or 4 years before, when I was not casually expressing these powers, take out those discourses and see my reference. When people ask me about the incarnations who express these powers of materializing, teleporting, levitation, healing, and all that. I always referred them with a lot of reverence. I always said, you see, I don't have capacity. I have no right to talk about it. Now the divine is expressing through my body, it's okay, that's it. See, all the juicy parts of our religion is this applied science. If this applied science is wrong, of course it is wrong for the people who are not yet enlightened. Not for the people who are casually playing with it. Who are casually playing with it. So, I support all the gurus who are expressing this extraordinary applied science of Vedic tradition and inspiring people towards the pure science. Understand, there are some people who use this kind of extraordinary powers, but they don't inspire people towards the pure science. I say maybe that is one small trouble. But that does not mean all these great gurus, Sai Baba, Kalki Bhagavan, all of them, not only they use this applied science, they are inspiring people towards pure science. Expressing these great powers like a materializing, teleporting, healing, giving boons is part of pure Hinduism, representing Yoga Vedanta tradition, and all the great masters wanted these great powers to be expressed and people to be inspired towards the pure science. What these guys are talking? Now I am saying, if Patanjali really wants these powers to be expressed, if Patanjali really honestly felt the Samyama should be applied, I bless all the people around the world who are sitting with us now. You guys will experience Kundalini awakening. This is the solid proof. Patanjali wants it. He wants a live religion where, like a child, with a childlike innocence, these powers are casually played with, showed to people, and people are inspired to follow the pure science. If you have the ability to do all these, perform all these extraordinary powers, and you show, then you tell this is not pure spirituality, then at least we can say, okay, this guy is little honest. All right. Samyama is the technology, the science, where all these great, extraordinary powers from your consciousness is experienced and expressed to the world through your body and mind. Samyama is the essence of Hindu tradition. Understand? It is the core of Vedic tradition. I tell all my disciples, devotees, and my sannyasis, let it be on record. Here I am promoting Samyama. Experience all extraordinary powers and experiences. Express it to the world as much as you can and inspire people towards pure science. Ramakrishna healed thousands of people. He made in the same branch 2 color flowers to appear. And hundreds of references are there where he materialized, healed, gave boons. All the great masters and incarnations who are expressing these great powers, like a healing. See, understand, see the practicality. Just by healing people, how many thousands I made them meditate and transform their lives and live a pure spiritual life. How many thousands have been transformed by the simple, the applied science power I am expressing, getting vibhuti. It is no harm. Who is being harmed by it? Nobody is harmed. Just playfully, in few places, some padhakas, some deities are giving vibhuti. But see, understand how many millions are inspired. 718 cities and 215 cities and 718 places and 26 countries are sitting with us now. It is because of healing. The applied science, the power of samyama. Because they experience levitation, they experience these extraordinary powers like a vibhuti materializing, and they are experiencing the power of being blessed with the boons. So many are transforming. Every day, millions are transforming all over the world. Here I am going to explain the powers of samyama every day as per Patanjali. Not only going to express verbally, going to express experientially. The powers of samyama. Learn this experientially. See the powers of samyama and go to the masters only who has a capacity not just to talk, experientially show the powers of samyama. Only they know the science. So, understand? Here I am, clearly standing by Hindu yogic Vedic tradition. Hindu yogis are always recognized, respected, revered for the extraordinary samyama powers they express. See, in Hinduism, we never had theology seminaries. We created the ashrams where people are given training in this extraordinary mystery science, where people are taught to levitate, where people are taught to materialize, where people are taught to make people's intentions into reality. We are not theology seminaries. Just because they do not know the science of samyama, they go on abusing samyama. Let us enter into the science of samyama. Trayam ekatra samyamaha. The sutra, 110th sutra, in chapter 3, 4th verse. Swami Vivekananda translates this sutra as, when these three practice in regard to one object is samyama. Swami Prabhavananda translates this sutra as when these three, concentration, meditation and absorption are brought to bear upon one subject, they are called samyama. And Swami Sachidananda translates as, the practice of these three, dharana, dhyana and samadhi, upon one object is called samyama. And Osho translates this as, the three taken together, dharana, dhyana and samadhi, constitute samyama. I'll translate this word, samyama, as the technology through which concentration, contemplation and experiencing the pure consciousness, where the meditator and meditated becomes one, and experiencing the extraordinary experiences and powers and expressing it to the world is samyama. the technology through which you experience extraordinary powers and express it to the world is samyama. So, I bless you all to experience, achieve, live, express, radiate, and share the eternal bliss, Nityananda. Thank you.